So I am very happy to be here today with all of you. This is it's a great day for someone like myself who's been on the job technically as the MPP for somewhere around 7 or 8 months. It's certainly not my first time in this building or in this office, but it's fantastic to be here with all of you for what I believe and what I know is an exceptionally important milestone or achievement with respect to our community's pursuit to make our hospital a reality. So in a couple of minutes, after I'm done talking, we're going to do the official details around this particular announcement. But before we get to that, I want to be a little bit unorthodox and spend some time prior to the announcement itself talking about some of the people who have helped get us to this point and who have helped make this happen. So I know he's not in the room at the moment. I don't believe that he is coming today, but I wanted to spend just a brief amount of time like I said, thanking individuals and organizations, and I want to start with my predecessor, Greg Sorbara. Greg isn't here in the room today, but as we all know, he's someone who represented our community for better than 2 decades. And on this particular issue, the subject of the hospital, he is among the group of people who helped first put this on the radar a few years ago and first talked about the importance of trying to bring something special here to our community for hospital care. And of course, over the course of his time, both as an opposition MPP and then as the Minister of Finance and as an influential backbencher at Queen's Park, I can tell you, and I think you already know this, he spent an awful lot of time and energy and sort of poured his heart and soul down at Queen's Park into making sure that we move the yardsticks forward on this. And of course, he was instrumental in helping to ensure that back in July of 2011, the Ontario government through the person of Minister of Health and Long-Term Care, Deb Matthews, here in this building, down on the ground floor, formally announced the capital approval for the hospital. So I wanted to say at the very beginning of all this, thank you to Greg. Thank you for leaving me with the legacy that he has and for laying a lot of the foundations around this particular project. Of course, I want to thank the Mayor, Mayor Bevilacqua, and all of the members of council who are here in the room today, and I think almost everyone's here, but certainly everybody on council. So in my limited time at Queen's Park, I will tell you that when it comes to major investments for things like healthcare and other crucial public infrastructure, I don't think you'd be surprised to learn that the competition is fierce. There are 106 other women and men representing communities right across this province who are in there every day, whether they're government or they're opposition, they're orange, they're blue, they're red, whatever their team colors are, and they're all fighting for their communities. They're all advocating. They're all doing their jobs. When I walk up and down the halls and I talk about projects here in this community, my case and the conviction with which I bring that case to the people in positions of influence, the people who are going to make those decisions for us, is strengthened immeasurably because we have a mayor and we have a city council here in Vaughan that is doing an exceptional job. And we wouldn't be in a position right now as a community tantalizingly close, one step closer to breaking ground and actually starting to construct our hospital if our city, because of the leadership of the mayor and the members of council, wasn't doing the job they're doing. It makes, as I said a second ago, my job an awful lot easier when people at Queen's Park hear, for example, about the recent new rankings in Money Sense magazine, which I know, Mayor, you talk about an awful lot. What an outstanding achievement. The job creation numbers that are taking place here. When I'm able to make the case that because we're fast growing, but also because we have a municipal, a local level of government that's delivering such exceptional service. Ministers like Deb Matthews, Premier, and other very senior people take the case that I'm making very seriously. And it does make my job easier. So I want to say to the Mayor and to the members of council and to all the staff here at the City of Vaughan, thank you for doing the outstanding job that you do. I don't think Bill Fish is here today with us, but I did also want to take just a quick second to thank Bill and to thank York Region, because they are very important partners in this project and in this undertaking. And I know that the 4 members of York Regional Council who represent our community continue to do an outstanding job. So I just have a couple left on this list, so I'm sorry if I'm going on at length. But to the team at Mackenzie Health, here sort of in the persons of Dina and Althoff and some other members of the board and members of the foundation, over the last few years, as we've had the chance to work together, both before I became an MPP and since I become an MPP, I have to say you are moving this project along in healthcare terms at light speed. And that's a testament to the outstanding quality of the team that's at Mackenzie Health. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it does make my job easier when I'm able to go to the minister, to the premier, and to others and say, not only do we need this hospital because of the size and the rate at which we're growing, but look at the outstanding team. Look at the fact that they're able to deliver, for example, the Stage 2 plan earlier than originally projected. Look at the exceptional work they're doing in terms of moving the yardsticks with the existing hospital in Richmond Hill. This is a team that is going to continue to plan and develop, ultimately build and operate a world-class facility in Vaughan. So, to Altaf, to Dina, to everyone involved in the board, thank you for all of the great work that you've done. And I don't want to miss the opportunity to also talk a little bit about the foundation. And I'm going to do it partially because the work has been great so far, but also partially to underscore the importance of where we find ourselves right now and where we have to go next. Everyone in this room, I'm sure, has heard us talk about this, has heard others talk about it as well. There's a very important component of hospital planning and building that's called the local share. And the team at Mackenzie Health Foundation has done an exceptional job up until now, but we are right at the point at which we really need to dig down deep as a community and make sure that we raise the millions of dollars that are required so that we have that local share in place so that nothing interrupts our progress because it's been so rapid and so wonderful. And I will tell you, as a 25-year resident of Vaughan, I have no doubt about the capacity of our community to be philanthropic and to be generous. We see it every single day of the week in this community. And I know there is a tremendous desire to make this hospital project a reality. So all of us, from myself and my office, certainly the mayor and members of council, everybody in the community, we need to work together to channel an element of that generous spirit to make sure that we work with the foundation to get that local share in place. And I have no doubt that we're going to do it, but I did want to say thank you to the folks at the foundation. So now I'm going to do something that my staff aren't going to be very happy about, but that's okay, because I'm the guy at the podium. And this is going to be very unusual because, as some of you will know, I spent a lot of time not just living in this community and being active in this community, but I'm also a fairly partisan individual by nature, but that's okay. I'm going to do something today because, and I want to mention someone, and I want to mention a group of people, and I want to say a little bit of a thank you to them, because when I campaigned 8 months ago in the by-election, and I talked about this particular issue, the hospital, and it came up at debates, it came up at doors, it came up in media interviews, I stressed that hospital projects are the kinds of community undertakings that need to unite communities. They need to bring people together. That is so important in terms of delivering the project successfully, but it's also important as a project of community building. And so for me, and I said this repeatedly during the campaign, and I try to live it through my daily sort of work as an MPP, there is no room for partisanship at this table when it comes to the hospital project. And that's why I was thrilled, and I wanted to mention it here today, that just a few weeks ago, my counterpart from Thornhill, the Conservative MPP from Thornhill, Peter Sherman, good friend, issued a very public release announcing very clearly that he, Tim Hudak, and the Ontario PCs are fully on board and supportive of the process that we have undertaken in partnership and collaboration with Mackenzie Health. And so I want to say thank you to them for actually coming to the table, working with us, working with all of us on this, because I believe they've recognized not only have we made exceptional progress, not only are we delivering the right things for our community, I believe they've recognized, and rightly so, that, as I said a second ago, partisanship has no place at the table when it comes to delivering projects like hospitals. So that's kind of my long-winded introduction. And what I'm going to ask, because I'm going to move to the point at which we're going to do the formal announcement now, I'm going to ask Mayor Bevilacqua and Dina and Altaf to join me over at the curtained placard here. So what we are formally here today to announce, and it is my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Government of Ontario and on behalf of the Minister of Health and Long-Term Care, Deb Matthews, to announce $49.7 million in planning and development money in support of the Vaughan Hospital. And with that, I'd like to invite Mayor Bevilacqua to the podium.
I want to thank you so much. As you noticed, you weren't kidding. This is really a nonpartisan issue. As you noted, the drapes was blue, but that's about it. I want to thank you so much for this announcement. I think it speaks to the power of working together. I know it's something that we at City Hall live by every day in every way, always reminding ourselves of the fact that it's really about the people. It truly is about the people. And you've probably, all of you know the evolution of this particular project. You know the incredible changes that occurred, the permutations, and the incredible revitalization of the board. But then something happened. I think we got the right mix. The province of Ontario, York Region, we recently made an announcement of $22 million. The City of Vaughan and Mackenzie Vaughan Hospital. And what today proves is that when people work together towards a common cause, and it's really not about each individual's ego, but it's rather pleasing the community. And when people prescribe to servant leadership as the way to live their own lives, and I see it at the board, I see it at the foundation, I certainly see it with the local member of provincial parliament. I see it with everyone focused on that ultimate goal to realize something that's so exceptionally important to this community, and that is the hospital. It's a great day today because as I witnessed that evolution, as I witnessed the various events that led to this announcement, I was largely driven by, deep within my heart, incredible faith that when people do things for the right reason, great results occur. And so it is that faith that drove us to believe in each other as partners, to believe that we can do it by working together, that if we focus our energy, our positive energy, towards the ultimate goal of this incredible realization of the dream of so many people here, over 300,000 people speaking 99 different languages in a vibrant, dynamic city of Vaughan, then great things happen. And so let there be a lesson for everyone in this room and people that are not in this room, that it is only through effective cooperation, generosity of spirit, that we can build a great city and a great community. And I think that applies to the province, it applies to our country, and it also applies to our world. The global reality, we can build a better society, a more just society, a fairer society, a society that embraces the very best of what humanity has to offer if we focus our energy in a very positive way. And so I noticed a lot more than 10 million, you know, Stephen? A lot more than 10 million. And you need billions to build this hospital. And we have a long way to go. But if we maintain this optimism, if we maintain this focus, we can do it. And I know we can. I know we can because there's a desire deep in all of us. I know that when I speak to councillors, the 8 councillors and myself, we're driven by that. We're driven by that sense of mission to do our small part in realizing this dream of the hospital. And I want to tell you, you know, a lot of conversations took place in this place. Dina, Altaf, and Stephen, even before you ran to become an exceptional member of provincial parliament. And those conversations were very clear. They were about the fact that if we don't pull up our socks, if we don't roll up our sleeves, if we don't work together, this thing's not going to happen. And this incredible attitude of gratitude, incredible spirit of generosity exists within all the partners, has resulted in this announcement. But make no mistake, we all do our part. But Stephen Del Duca stick-handled this with the help of the board and the other partners. But it's a great day to see also a local member of provincial parliament who's really engaged in city building. And we've had a number of meetings, Steve and I, about the future of our city. And I can count on him to be our voice at Queen's Park and as we move forward to other projects. Now, since I'm here, since I have the podium, and since I think you spoke far too long.
It's true. It's true. And I cut it in half.
So this is what it's about, right? Now we've got this hospital thing happening, right? This is done, but your work's not finished.
No, never. It's never finished.
We've got to extend something else. You know what we've got to extend?
My hair follicles?
No.
Okay.
We've got to extend something.
Okay.
It's west of here.
I think I'm aware.
What is it?
It's yeah, I know exactly what it is. He's trying to put me on the spot here.
Well, let me put it this way. The first three numbers have one error, and it's the middle one. It's 497.
We're working on it.
I think we need a 427 extension
I
as
agree.
well.
I
So I want to.
And we're working on it.
I know you're working on it. I want to thank you so much. I want to. Dina, thank you so much. You're next. And thank you for being here. I hope you don't mind. We just wanted to save on a microphone, so we invited you in this room. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Stephen Del Duca, and ladies and gentlemen. These are two hard acts to follow, I must say. But on behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire healthcare team at Mackenzie Health, I want to extend our sincere thanks to the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care, Minister Matthews, Stephen Del Duca, to our MPP, and advocate. You heard perhaps that word numerous times. Stephen has been a tremendous advocate for these much appreciated funds for the hospital, and this will enable us to complete the planning and tendering process for the new Mackenzie Vaughan Hospital. It's a great day for Mackenzie Health and a great step forward for the hospital. $49 million in additional capital funding is a very strong demonstration of recognition and support from the provincial government to the people of Vaughan and the need that need and deserve a hospital in this community. As you know, on March 1st, the Mackenzie Health submitted its Stage 2 planning, and you heard earlier at the speed of light or flight, documents a full month ahead of schedule. And that is no mean feat, I have to tell you. It's a very, very challenging task. We've also now already begun meeting with Infrastructure Ontario and are actively preparing to formally enter into Stage 3 of the planning process, where we prepare tender documents in advance of going to the market in 2014. We do have an ambitious timeline. It does sound like, to most average citizens, it sounds like a long time, but it is truly an ambitious timeline. And our Mackenzie Health team continues to literally blast through the planning process at a phenomenal pace. And we've got, the board has every confidence that we will be able to deliver on time and on budget. As the board chair and a longtime resident of Vaughan, I can assure you that our team is deeply committed to bringing new and expanded services to the people of this community. Although we talk a lot about the bricks and mortar, what we really mean are we want to bring life-saving services to the people of this community. For those who are injured, for those who require emergency care, for expectant mothers, for new babies, for those who become seriously ill and require highly specialized skills of doctors and nurses in intensive care, and for thousands of other Vaughan residents who, for a wide variety of medical conditions, need a hospital and need hospital care and healthcare services. I also want to speak to the quality of those services that Mackenzie Health will be bringing to the Vaughan community. Recently, Mackenzie Health became one of a handful of healthcare organizations in Canada to achieve accreditation with exemplary standing from Accreditation Canada. The assessment of our services showed a truly impressive 99.6% compliance with more than 2,000 standards and practices. We are pleased to join the elite group of healthcare providers that have achieved accreditation and exemplary standing, and are proud to have been awarded the highest possible accreditation award for a Canadian healthcare organization. Today also marks an important milestone for Mackenzie Health. Since receiving the mandate from government to plan, build, and operate the hospital in October of 2009, we are now officially past the halfway mark of our planning journey toward the beginning of construction of the new hospital. Again, our thanks to the Ministry for this strong show of support for the healthcare needs of the people of Vaughan, one of Canada's fastest growing communities. Mackenzie Health is thankful for this significant investment of $49.7 million, which will enable us to continue to move at lightning speed. So, Mr. Del Duca, Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, members of our board of directors, staff from Mackenzie Health, thank you very much for sharing in this celebration.